So the Reds begin their latest quest for silverware later with a trip to Milton Keynes. With the Super Cup already glistening in the trophy cabinet, it's one of the 5 left on offer. Yet while it's derided by some, the French have even scrapped theirs altogether. Liverpool are the League Cup's most successful side ever. Man City may have won it 4 times in the last 6 years, but with 6 League Cups, are still lacking on the 8 amassed by the Reds. First formed in 1961, the League Cup final was initially played over 2 legs prior to its move to Wembley in 67. Coincidentally, the same year Milton Keynes was put on the map. The Reds' first final came back in 1978 as they were held to a goalless draw by Brian Clough's Nottingham Forest before losing a replay. Yes, League Cup final replays were a thing until they were scrapped in 1998. Well, fast forward to 1981, and again with a replay involved, Liverpool won their first League Cup as Kenny Dalglish and Ian Rush scored in a 2-1 win over West Ham at Villa Park. That win sparked somewhat of a golden period in the League Cup for the Reds. 82 saw Spurs beaten, in 83 it was Manchester United, and in 84 it got even sweeter. Quite literally, the Toffees were beaten by a Graham Souness goal in a replay, again, this time at Main Road. That golden period of success, with Liverpool winning 4 League Cups on the bounce, also tied in with the competition taking a title sponsor. First up with a Milk Marketing Board who rather inventively opted for the Milk Cup. Since then, it's been the Littlewoods Challenge Cup, the Rumbelows Cup, the Coca-Cola Cup, the Worthington Cup, the Carling Cup, the Capital One Cup, the EFL Cup, and as we know it now, the Carabao Cup. Well, Liverpool's dominance would come to an end after 84, but they did return to Wembley for a 6th final appearance in 87. Arsenal stood between the Reds and a 5th triumph, and that looked on the cards after Ian Rush gave Kenny Dalglish's side the lead before Charlie Nicholas scored twice to break Liverpool hearts. Hit that fast forward button again, and now in 1995, with the competition dubbed the Coca-Cola Cup, the sweet taste of victory returned as Steve McManaman's brace saw off Bolton Wanderers, despite Alan Thompson getting one back. Into the early noughties, and the Reds were heading back to the final once more, this time at the Millennium Stadium, with Wembley having been knocked down. Birmingham City were the opposition, and after Darren Purse cancelled out Robbie Fowler's opener with a 90th minute penalty, the game itself headed to spot kicks. Jamie Carragher held his nerve to score Gerard Houlier's side's 5th penalty before Andy Johnson, yes, the one who went on to play for Everton, missed, giving Houlier's side the first leg of their historic treble in 2001. 2 years later, with Houllier still at the helm, Liverpool marched out at the Welsh capital again, this time against Manchester United. With what was to become his trademark, Steven Gerrard lashed in the opener from 30 yards with a cheeky deflection off David Beckham, sending Reds fans into raptures. What followed was an onslaught from United, with Scholes and Van Nistelrooy going close, as Jerzy Dudek performed heroics to keep them out. As the clock ticked on and United pressed for an equaliser, up popped Michael Owen, and despite Roy Keane's best efforts to clean him out, he kept his cool to slot past Fabian Barthez and give Liverpool the cup for the 7th time. Since then, the Reds have reached 3 more finals. In 2005, Chelsea won in extra time, with Jose Mourinho famously shushing the Liverpool fans. We'll gloss over that one. And so to 2012, where there was more success. Kenny Dalglish, thwarted by Arsenal back in 87, was back in the Liverpool hot seat as the Reds faced Championship side Cardiff at Wembley. Again, it went to penalties, and what was to follow was a show of how not to win a shootout. Steven Gerrard and Charlie Adam missed Liverpool's first 2 kicks. In fact, Adams is still probably travelling now. Yet Cardiff missed 3 of their 5, with Steven Gerrard's cousin Anthony missing the decisive 5th, sending the Merseysiders into raptures once more. Liverpool's last appearance in a final came in 2016. Surprise, surprise, the game went to penalties. This time up against Man City, and in particular Willy Caballero. Liverpool tasted defeat in a cup final under Jurgen Klopp for the first time. But what for the League Cup this time around? Well, first things first, we could well see plenty of youngsters blooded. In recent years, the tournament's become a trusted testing ground for youngsters looking to make their breakthrough. Trent Alexander-Arnold made his debut in the competition against Tottenham back in October 2016, while Harvey Elliott holds the record as the competition's youngest ever player. In September 2018, he came off the bench for Fulham at Millwall, helping tame the Lions as Fulham ran out 3-1 winners. So what lays ahead for Liverpool? Well, history shows they've got form in the competition, and with a hungry group of youngsters looking to impress Jurgen Klopp, can they deliver on the big occasion?